concept of today's event was basically to talk about current issues that the oil industry in Africa is facing right now. We don't want to talk about what's happened before, but basically what is current and new and fresh. So we came up with this idea to speak about a burgeoning problem, which is the fact that the US will stop importing oil very soon, in about 4 years, and move this out to Africa. And we thought, how would this affect Africa's producing countries? Like, what would be the impact on Africa? Because the US is the largest consumer of oil in the world. So imagine the biggest buyer of oil decides we will buy no longer and we will start selling. So they're about to offload their oil into an already, stuffed market, so to speak. They are joining a queue of sellers. And we wanted to examine how this will affect African producing countries. We wanted industry experts to weigh in, petroleum traders, upstream negotiators, energy analysts, to tell us from their point of view, from their point of working in Africa, how this will affect us. And I think we've done that today.
Geopolitics is going to play a very big role than what America is going to produce. If you look at Nigeria, Venezuela, Iran, you would think that they are complying with OPEC policies or requirements, but there are challenges in these regions. If Venezuela frees itself, trust me, the amount of crude that will pump into the system, we cannot contain. Prices will tumble. And so I think that Venezuela holds the key more than even the US. More than the US, I think so. Nigeria, same. Nigeria used to do about 2.4 million barrels a day. For the past 1 year, 2.7, yeah. For the past 1 year, it's hovering around 1.7, 1.9, which 1 million, it's almost shut down. And so if you're able to manage these militants and the others, Nigeria will also shore up its production and will come to flood the market. But the whole oil market, we all know, is manipulated as well. It's manipulated. So geopolitics play a key role than only American shale production. This is what I think.
Most of our woes in quotes as Africa's producing countries in Africa is because we depend so much on oil. So I would ring that bell again of diversification. I mean, everybody says we are diversifying and they're diversifying in silos or diversifying in their backyard somewhere. We need to see a more concerted effort towards economic diversification, building other sectors, and particularly leveraging the oil and gas industry, the revenues we are obtaining from there to support other sectors of the economy. I think it's something that we critically need to look at collectively as Africa, because we have the potential in there as well.
The cost of production in relation to the cost of oil may not have made a strong business case for the US to explore producing shale in the past, as compared, it's because the price would have made them competitive as compared to products coming from producing nations like Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, and Qatar. However, the cost of production today versus global oil prices and improved technology makes it a more viable business case for the US to take that direction. So I don't think it's mainly based on OPEC. Possibly, but I don't think it's based on OPEC.
The big thing about this is we are asking ourselves, as African producing countries like Ghana, like Equatorial Guinea, what we are asking ourselves is, as America continues to cut down its importation of crude from countries like us, what are we going to do with that excess crude that we get? And I think the big thing for us is we need to look at ourselves as a nation and Africa as a whole and ask ourselves, what have we done in the past and what are the challenges we faced and how are we going to go about it?
Centurion Law Firm. I think that the title of the program is good, an opportune time, because looking at the shale oil production from the US, its impact on Africa oil producers as a topic was important for us to deal with, because we need to prepare ourselves as a continent and make sure that our crude oil that we produce is not stranded, but it has a guaranteed market. Also, it has brought up to the fore some of the measures that we need to take to be able to be relevant in today's oil space, that it's important for us that we look at our refining capacity. The one that we need to upgrade, we need to upgrade. And the new one that we need to build, we need to do so that at least our crude oil, being of a very low sulfur content, will not be stranded, but we will have maximum utilization of that.